Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be looking at a band I've not heard of before, and actually, to be honest, I've had this song sitting on my computer for a while now. I don't know why it's taken me so long to get around to it, but we're getting to it now. We're going to be looking at a band called Marianas Rest. No idea who they are, so I had to try and do a little bit of research. And I found their website, and they described the band as Marianas Rest is a death metal band originating from Kotka in Finland. Their music comes heavy and without hurry. The overall dark mood is topped with doom and black metal influences. And finally, the whole package is crusted with melancholic melodies. Marianas Rest is all about the mood. The band Marianas Rest is a band that embodies the Finnish melancholy and sadness of harsh winter landscapes, the social coldness of the people. They've created a sound that has deep roots in their culture and a solid connection to the part of Finland that they come from. So there you go. Finnish death metal with doom and black metal influences. Now, I've mentioned on many occasions that I am a big fan of doom metal. I like the sort of slow, sort of chugging sound of doom metal. Now, when I actually looked them up, one place described them as Ukrainian rock, so I don't know whether I've actually mixed up two bands here. But I don't think I have. Excuse me. Now, I'm going to be looking at a track called Diseased. I have some lyrics here. There's only quite a short amount of lyrics, but if it's sort of death with doom influences, it might be quite a stretched out song. There might be a lot more instrumental elements in the song. I don't know. But I'm curious to find out what we've got here. So we'll jump straight into it and see what we've got. So, Diseased by Marianas Rest. Let's have a look.
How long have you been here?
About 3 months, May 17th.
And what brought you here?
That's difficult to answer.
Could you give me some idea?
Offhand, I can't.
Did he tell you why?
No.
Have you any idea why?
Yes.
And what is that?
I am not completely like other people. People dislike me because I am not completely like them.
Over everything you are.
Well, there we go. Diseased by Mariana's Rest. I really liked that. That was very interesting. I mean, the video itself was beautiful. I mean, those two dancers dancing in what appeared to be powder paint it was beautiful. But the way this piece of music's been constructed is very interesting to me. You know, it starts off with, you know, one could argue pretty typical death metal elements. And the lyrics, for the most part, are completely done with by the halfway point of the song. But when it reaches that halfway point, it goes from the death metal into the doom metal inspired thing. So, like, the song is in two different halves. And there is lyrics and vocals in the second half of the piece of music, but they are repeated from the first half. And that's only, like, a sort of chorus part from the first half of the song. And the actual music itself was really, really good. You know, they had those rather eerie sounding keyboards in the first part. But then when they moved to the sort of, let's call it the doom half of the song, the music was beautiful. You know, it got really quite slow, quite chuggy in its own little way. And again, I'm going to mention the keyboards, because especially towards the end of that piece of music, those keyboards were just gorgeous. It sounded so good. It was a really interesting piece of music. I really like it. And they've gone sort of for a higher pitch vocal style than most normal death metal bands would. I mean, it's not unheard of to use that sort of vocal style, but, you know, most death metal relies on a more sort of deeper sort of growls. But this has gone for the slightly higher pitched one, which I'm not going to do. I can do it, but I'm not going to, because I haven't prepared for it. But, yeah, I like it. That was really good. I really like that. I mean, I'll say I like the second half better, but as a whole piece of music, I loved the whole lot. But there was just something about that second half, maybe because, you know, I'm automatically drawn to doom, but there's just something, and I think it might have just been the keyboards in that second half that just really sort of took me away. You know, it sort of really grabbed me and sort of dragged me along with it. It was a beautiful piece of music. I really, really liked it. Oh, excuse me. Now, at the very, very beginning of the song, there was this sort of spoken element which kind of sounded like a recorded video of, like, an interviewer asking a secondary person it appeared he was asking him why he did something. It sounded like a sort of prison interview between an interviewer and a murderer or something like that. And, you know, the secondary person, the person being interviewed, was saying, well, I did this, or I act this way because I'm not like normal people. I'm not like everybody else, that sort of thing. And, you know, the interviewer saying, you know, why did you do what you did? Why do you behave the way that you do? Now, I don't know whether that's an actual transcript from an interview of some kind. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, please let me know, because I'm very curious to find out, because there have been numerous bands that have utilised that sort of thing. The one that comes directly to mind is Forever Failure by Paradise Lost, which has the I don't really know what sorry means sort of interview, and I think that's from Charles Manson. I could be mistaken. But there's also bands that do it conversely, like, for example, Ward 16, a band that I advocate for quite a lot. You know, they have those sort of interviews, but they're done as part of a storyline. You know, they're made up to sort of feed the story of the album. So I don't know which one this is, and like I said, if anybody knows, please let me know. I'm very, very curious to find out. But judging by the video and the lyrics, it sounds like this song is sort of talking about a person who, perhaps a toxic person, perhaps somebody who has a way of destroying people's lives, possibly. You know, because throughout the start of the video, there was this woman dancing in that sort of red powder paint, which I suppose could be could be interpreted as possibly a pure person. I wouldn't necessarily use red for that, but that's the sort of idea I get. It was beautiful, it was graceful, this woman dancing alone. And then halfway through, round about when the doom elements came in came this man who had scarred face, he had one clouded white eye, and he was covered in green, which is a colour that's often associated with disease, infection, poison, that sort of thing. So could it be that this person sort of come in and starts infecting this woman that was dancing at the beginning in the red? And it almost seems like that's what I think that's what the song's talking about. Because the lyrics go, spread the disease, spit my bile over everything you are, and all that may befall my way. Hide, run for cover as I torch your halls. From the tongue most vile, the dark drips forth. So, right at the beginning he says, spread the disease, spit my bile. So, he says, spit my bile over everything you are. So he's like, I'm going to corrupt everything that you are. I'm going to poison your very being, sort of thing. Hide and run for cover as I torch your halls from the tongue most vile. I'm going to torch your halls. I'm going to destroy everything you are. I'm going to destroy your world, essentially. And from the tongue most vile, dark drips forth. So, from I can say all these horrible, nasty, vitriolic things, and they will destroy you. See what could have been built of all our hate, all that could have been forged with the flame that drew our shades on the corners of your walls. Tilt that head, let me drain your warmth. See this disease, a shadow blackening out your star. Lay your arms as I close your eyes. Feel me swarm, longing to bite, closing in on your throat. And that's all of the lyrics, that's it. So again, he's saying, let me drain your warmth. See this disease, a shadow blackening out your star. So, let me drain your warmth. Let me turn you into a cold person, possibly. I'm going to make you cynical. I'm going to make you hate everything. I'm going to turn you into this cold, unfeeling person, possibly. See this disease, a shadow blackening out your star. I'm going to get rid of that spark. I'm going to get rid of that light inside you. I'm going to turn you into this black vacuum of a person. I'm going to completely destroy all the happiness, the goodness, the light that you had inside you. That's what it sounds like. As I close your eyes, feel me swarm, longing to bite, closing in on your throat. So yeah, I'm basically going to infect you. I'm going to destroy you, sort of thing. And then once we got into the doom part, it repeated that last bit again. Tilt that head, let me drain your warmth. See this disease, a shadow blackening out your star. Lay your arms as I close your eyes. Feel me swarm, longing to bite, closing in on your throat. So, there you go. That's basically the lyrics. And like I said, it sounds like a toxic, vile person coming in and basically breaking someone down. They might have been a loving, beautiful person, which could also be what the red represents. A loving person, and this diseased, vile, vitriolic person, this poisonous person, is coming in to infect them, to destroy all the love and happiness that this person had. That could very well be what it's all about. And like I said, the video kind of suggests that as well, with that guy covered in the green paint and looking all sort of, mutated isn't the word I'm looking for, but I think you know what I mean. He's got the clouded white eye, he's got the scars, he looks like he's diseased, basically, as the song title suggests. So, I quite like it. I like the way it's been put together. I love the way the music sounds. I think it is an excellent piece of music. The guitars, the drums, everything on that sounded great, but the keyboards here really added to it, I think. Obviously all of them are very, very good musicians, and, the vocal performance was very, very good, but there was just something about those keyboards that really elevated this piece of music, I think. And, like I said, this has been sitting on my computer for quite a while. I don't know why it's taken me so long to get around to it. And having heard this piece of music, I wish I'd gotten to it sooner, because it is a very, very good piece of music. I really liked that. And I'm curious to see, you know, what do you all think about it? Because, you know, like I said, this is a band I've not heard of before, and I don't remember when I put this on my computer, but I have had it for a little while. But yeah. It is. Now, if you enjoyed this, let's try that again. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider maybe subscribing, maybe even clicking that like button, because that really, really would help me out. You know, I spend a lot of time, you know, putting these videos together, you know, researching the bands that I'm listening to, you know, if I've not heard of them, you know, looking up all the lyrics, and then sort of, you know, I record these videos and then try and, you know, talk about the themes behind the music, which, as far as I know, is something that not many, if any, other React channel does. You know, I want to do something interesting, because, you know, a lot of React channels, they hear a piece of music and go, yes, it's good, or it's okay, that sort of thing. You know, they don't go in depth as to what the music is about. And one common thing about metal music is it's very misunderstood by the people that don't generally listen to it. You know, so people will sit there and go, oh, heavy metal, it's all about death, murder, sacrifice, that sort of thing. It's all evil. Whereas, you know, a lot of the music that I listen to is actually quite wholesome. You know, they're talking about important real life themes about, you know, suffering with mental illnesses and stuff like that, you know. And a lot of people that don't necessarily listen to heavy metal on a regular basis don't get that. And, you know, I want to destroy the misconception here. You know, so I want more, and you know, I want more people to sort of think about the themes of music, because, you know, it's all very well listening to music. It sounds great if you just sit back and listen to it. But once you actually find out the meanings behind songs, you know, I think it gives you a whole new appreciation for that piece of music. That's just me personally. I think that, you know, so that's the sort of thing I want to introduce people to. And also, you know, I also want to introduce people to bands they might not have heard before, you know. And if I can introduce someone to a new piece of music, to a new band, you know, that's great, because I love discovering new music. That's one of the reasons I started doing what I'm doing, because I wanted to discover new music. And, you know, all of you out there, you know, making suggestions on bands I should listen to that I've never heard before, you know, it's great. I've discovered so many new bands doing this, and, you know, if I can do that for other people, awesome. You know, but when my videos aren't getting likes or subscribes, you know, they're just sort of disappearing off into the netherworld. You know, I'm putting them on YouTube and they're just disappearing because, you know, they're not getting suggested to people, because people aren't subscribing or clicking the like button. And, you know, not only does it help other people to maybe find new music, but it also really helps out my channel. You know, and like I said, I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 years now, and, you know, there have been times I've been considering giving up because people just aren't watching my videos. You know, I'm putting out videos, and if I'm lucky, maybe 10, 15 people will watch them, if I'm lucky. Unless it's like a really, really popular band like Skinned or Bloodywood, you know, they get loads of views, sure, but people just aren't liking and subscribing. You know, and as it is, only 9.5% of people watching my videos are actually subscribed. You know, and it doesn't cost you anything. It takes a fraction of a second, and it really, really does help the channel out. So, you know, if you could like and subscribe, it would be really much appreciated. But that's all I've got for you today. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.